Welcome everybody. Today we're in, what is the name of the park?
Victoria Park.
Thank you, Eva. We're in Victoria Park, and as you can see there's swans everywhere. Dog walkers, joggers. Who's a jogger? He's having a heart attack. All different kind of birds and everything like that. So me and Eva earlier on we were talking about what we remember from school and everything like that, like what people they would remember, and what we like and everything, which subjects, and we got onto the subject of French and what French words we can remember. And to be honest, isn't that much. I don't think only in the country really can remember that much. Only language to learn at school. That's just folk in this country seem to have a blind spot for languages because everybody else can speak English better. But well, I can remember a few things, but true to form, I remember the things that to me sounded rude at the time. And one of the things I remember hearing the teacher say for the first time, and it made me burst out laughing, was she was talking about like chocolate meant un chocolat and everything like that, and then she came to crisps, and these are des sheeps, and I just kind of nearly buckled out with laughter. And you're thinking probably, how does that sound rude? That doesn't sound rude at all, but at the time, there seemed to be, in amongst everybody, the term of abuse at the time was sheep shagger. So the fact that these crisps were called des sheeps, we really found absolutely hilarious. So we started calling each other des sheep shagger. And another thing we remember. It was public buildings we were doing, like train station, La Gare, and there was like the town hall in Hall de Ville or something like that. And then the bank was une banque, which is obviously funny because it's like the English word for the slang word bonk for having sex. And that's another one we found really funny. And staying in the subject of French, I was watching a famous comedian you've probably heard, I don't want to advertise, but Michael McIntyre, you call him. There was this sketch about the way French people speak, and the way they never, they don't do what I'm doing, like ask pause between words and everything like that. They just continue all the time, like even when they can't think of a word, they do So a French person, even if they're speaking English, I'm going to the train station or something like that. And Michael McIntyre made the point is, how does a French person know when their Hoover's not plugged in? Because it probably sounds like it's known to them when they're going about doing oh shit, it's not plugged in. So that is one of the major problems that French speakers face when using Hoovers. So Eva, do you remember anything from French that kind of caught your eye or stays in your mind?
I don't know. I don't think I remember anything funny, I suppose. I think I found the ham sandwich a bit funny at the time. Ham
sandwich?
I think it was jambon or something like that. Because it just doesn't sound like what you'd expect it to be. It sounds more like sweeties or something you're talking about. Or jam even. Because I kept getting mixed up. So I kept thinking it was a jam sandwich.
Another thing was, shut up in French, it's ferme la bouche. They've kind of taken the English in for shut up, and they say shut up you. That's when it's really serious. Shut up you. Shut up you.
And remember you couldn't get to the toilet unless you remembered how to ask for it in French.
Oh aye, that reminds me. I remember, I think it was throwing iron brew at you and Oisin Malik and everything, and Mr. Pride said it.
Oh.
He said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm throwing iron brew about, and he said, in Francais.
Did he? How are you supposed to say that?
I didn't ken, I had no idea how to say I was throwing iron brew in French. J'ai chucky iron brew. to Chucky Irn-Bru about the playground. The playground is covered in Irn-Bru. Well, as you all ken me, I'm the kind of social issues person, so do you have any quick questions, Eva, that you might want to ask?
Well, the only thing I can think of, you could talk a wee bit about what you had wrote about today with travel.
There's an ongoing thing, an argument in the Ayrshire Post basically, and the Kilmarnock Standard to a kind of lesser extent, about travellers. Most folk are of the opinion that they're no welcome in Ayrshire, they cause a mess, they're antisocial, and they're the scum of the earth basically, even though they don't actually say that. That's kind of inherent in what they're writing. So I wrote into the Ayrshire Post that, well, actually, travellers have every right to follow their way of life, they have the right to travel, they have the right to express their culture without any interference for the settled community. And I'm not saying travellers are perfect, no community is perfect. Of course, not just travellers, everybody has to take mere care in disposing of their rubbish. Everybody has problems that need to be solved. Antisocial behaviour exists in every community, including travellers. But there's a lot of people of a certain mind in Ayrshire seem to be using all these issues as an excuse to condemn the way of life entirely. Like, say there's a problem in a council estate, you can't say, well, it's wrong to live in these type of houses. There might be problems in traveller life, but that doesn't mean to say, well, we have to get rid of the way of life. The way of life is not welcome. That is absolutely shocking to me. And there's other issues too, that the fact that for travellers there's really very few places to go these days. At one time, before Margaret Thatcher, the local councils were obliged to provide places for travellers to live, and then to move on, like the likes of a kind of parking place, kind of lodgings, a bit of land. But that was done away with, and they were encouraged to buy their own property, their own land, which they did. But then they're not allowed to use it in a lot of cases. They're not allowed to build on it or whatever. And the argument goes, well, it was greenbelt land. They're not allowed to build on greenbelt land. Well, I would say, well, if you didn't want them to do that, you shouldn't have settled them in the first place. If somebody buys land, there's a possibility they might build on it. But their way of life evolves. They have to kind of settle, on a temporary basis sometimes, so that children can get educated and go to school. They have to settle for some of the time in the modern world, so they're obviously going to build on their land. So that's a kind of summary of the issues. Basically, folk are raising the problems that the community faces to the travelling community to totally discount it as a way of life. And I'm of the opinion that, and I wrote this in the letter, that there is some folk in Ayrshire, as there is probably in Scotland and all over the world, that are just no happy to everybody is like them, to everybody thinks like them, to everybody dresses like them, to everybody lives like them, just to everybody has the same values as them. And that's the problem. So do you have any thoughts, Sarah?
I don't know, it's not really a kind of thing I'm that aware of, so I don't particularly have any comments on it.
You support if folk want to live a different way?
Aye, I definitely think along the same lines as you, but I mean, I can't kind of elaborate particularly. But
well, and if you're willing to fund this tennis ball, it's drying out. He's going to take it home.
Aye, because the one I've got the new is offer, it doesn't bounce.
Watch, this bounce is quite good. I'm not bouncing too far.
Right, well we better go before we get cut off.
I will see you.